in a quiet village hidden deep beyond the thick forests, where the wind carried whispers of ancient spirits, there lived a family whose story would one day become a warning told for generations. A story about pride, a terrible curse, and a girl who was never meant to belong to the world of men. This is the story of the Bride of the Silent Shrine. Long ago, in a small village surrounded by tall trees and dusty paths, lived a young girl named Amina. Amina was beautiful, clever, and very stubborn, but she had one terrible flaw. She had no respect. She mocked people older than her. She laughed at the poor. She insulted those who were weak. Her parents tried to discipline her, but Amina would only laugh and walk away. The elders in the village often shook their heads and whispered, "A child who mocks the old invites the anger of the spirits." But Amina never believed them. To her, the stories of spirits and curses were nothing more than foolish tales, until the day she met the old woman. One hot afternoon, Amina was walking along the dusty road leading to the forest. Up ahead, she saw an old woman struggling to carry a heavy bundle of firewood on her back. The woman's body was bent with age. Her steps were slow and painful. When the old woman saw Amina, she called out softly, "Child, please help me carry this wood to my hut." But instead of helping, Amina burst into loud laughter. She pointed at the woman and mocked her cruelly. "Look at you. You're so old you should already be in your grave." The villagers nearby gasped in shock. The old woman slowly lifted her head. Her weak voice suddenly became deep and chilling. "Your mouth is sharp, child, but the gods are sharper." A cold wind suddenly blew across the road. The woman looked directly into Amina's eyes and whispered, "Because you mock the weak, the joy you seek in life will become your greatest sorrow." The wind roared violently. Dust swirled into the air. For a moment, Amina felt fear, but pride quickly pushed the feeling away. She scoffed and walked off, calling the old woman crazy. What Amina did not know was that the old woman was no ordinary villager. She was believed to be a spirit guardian of the forbidden shrine in the forest, and her words were never empty. Years passed. Amina grew into a stunning young woman. Her beauty was admired throughout the village. Eventually, she married Hassan, the richest man in the entire village. Their wedding was grand. Drums echoed through the night, and villagers celebrated for days. But after the celebrations ended, something troubling began to happen. Years passed, and Amina never became pregnant. Whispers spread through the village. Women at the market murmured quietly, "Do you remember the curse?" Even Hassan's family began blaming her. The once proud Amina slowly became desperate. She visited herbalists. She traveled to distant villages searching for healers, but nothing worked. Until one day, she heard about the shrine deep inside the forbidden forest. The shrine was a place most villagers feared. It was surrounded by ancient trees, strange carvings, and bones of sacrificed animals. People believed powerful spirits lived there, but Amina's desperation was stronger than her fear. She entered the shrine. Inside, the priests burned strange herbs that filled the air with thick smoke. They prepared a dark, bitter herbal drink for her. But before giving it to her, the chief priest gave a warning. He looked deeply into her eyes and said, "The child you will receive from this shrine will not belong to the world of men." Amina felt a chill run through her body. The priest continued, "She will be a child of the gods, and if she ever marries, death will follow the man." Amina hesitated, but her desire to have a child was stronger than her fear. So she drank the herbal potion and sealed her fate. Months later, Amina finally became pregnant. The entire village was shocked, but something strange happened on the night the child was born. Even though it was the dry season, a violent thunderstorm suddenly erupted. Lightning struck the sky again and again, and when the baby girl was born, her eyes glowed strangely under the flickering candlelight. They named her Zuri. As Zuri grew, her beauty became legendary. Men traveled from distant villages just to see her. Many wanted to marry her, but Amina always refused their proposals. The villagers thought she was being arrogant, until the first man who insisted on marrying Zuri died suddenly in his sleep. Then another man who proposed fell from a tree the next day. A third man was bitten by a deadly snake. Fear spread through the entire village. People whispered in terror, "She is not human. No, she is the bride of the gods." No man ever dared to ask for her hand again. One evening, an old village elder gathered the people and spoke solemnly. This curse did not begin with the girl. It began the day her mother mocked an old woman and disrespected the spirits. The villagers never forgot the lesson. They taught their children, respect the elderly, be careful what you seek from dark powers, and remember, some blessings come with a price far greater than anyone can imagine. And even today, when the wind howls through the forest at night, some villagers claim they can hear the lonely cry of a woman near the shrine, a woman who was never meant to love, the tragic voice of Zuri, the bride of the silent shrine. If you enjoyed this chilling African folk tale, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this story with someone who loves mysterious and scary legends. And remember, some stories are not just stories. Sometimes, they are warnings.